Well, hello there, all my Mayflowers. Welcome back to my channel. It's Ari May here. And as you can tell by the name of this video, it's sad but true facts about being transgender. And I'm just going to get right down to the point in this video, just start talking about it. But sadly, with being transgender, there's so much good that comes with it. Being able to be who you are, being able to feel confident, being able to see yourself in the mirror as who you truly are, see the changes the hormones do and everything else, which is all awesome. But there's always the negative sides that comes to it. And this is me talking about just the negative aspects that come with being transgender. Sorry, getting kind of hot in my house. Pull up my sleeves. But anyways, the first one I'll get into is not everybody's going to have this problem, but it's something I really noticed lately, and it doesn't, I mean, it's more of a realization, like you finally realize it's like, wow. But there's certain family members that I'll never see again, and that some trans people will never see again. Like the older people, like, everyone knows older people, if they're like, because like my great aunt, I'll use her as an example. She is almost in her 90s now. She's almost 90, she'll be 90 this year. And it's just, she is already so confused, and I would never want to dump this on her and throw more confusion at her, because she would be so confused at all this, be like, oh, well, what's going on? What happened? Why are you changing? She would just be really confused, and I would never want to throw that at her. I love her to death. We've never been like super close, but like I always see her. She's always been beyond nice. She used to babysit me when I was younger. And it's a sad but true fact that knowing that I'll never see her again until her funeral, more or less. I could be wrong on that. I might see her again one day, but the chances of that are very slim, because like I said, I never want to throw more confusion at her than she already has, because like I said, every older person has confusion. And my great-grandfather, I haven't seen him in a long time anyways, but still, just knowing the fact that he's in his mid-90s, so the fact that I'll probably never get to see him again, because if I saw him, he'd be so confused and wouldn't know what was going on, wouldn't know who I am. So it's just like, I don't want to throw that confusion on him, so it's just sad that you'll sit there. There's a few family members that you'll never see again, and just, yeah, not everybody has to go through that, but I'm sure some of you can relate to that. And just another thing you'll always have to deal with is the double takes and people clocking you in public. Like, you always, like, you won't get it all the time, but there's always just people who will double take you. Even if you're post-op, there are still people who will, like, they will double check you, they will clock you, they will, like, look you up and down, and just, they will stare you down, and like I said, they will clock you. And like, I always see Princess Jules, I always see people who give her a lot of shit because they don't think she gets clocked. But it doesn't matter who you are as a trans, there's always going to be those few people. Yeah, obviously, if you've had surgery, and you've had a lot of surgeries, that people won't clock you as much, but there will still be those few people who will clock you and will just look you up and down, and will study you, and they will figure you out, and you'll be like, oh my god, what are they saying about me? So, but like I said, Princess Jules, people always give her so much shit. Feels like they always act like she never gets anything, just because she's post-op, just because she's beautiful. She went through everything we're all going through right now to get to where she's at. I am beyond proud of her. She's one of the biggest role models to me. I will be the first to come to her defense in any of her videos and comments. I've had little arguments with people because I will come to her defense no matter what. We should, as a whole trans community, we should we should be wanting to love each other. We should be wanting to see each other succeed. We should be wanting to see everybody become who they truly are, be happy for each other, be there for each other. Call me hippie for saying that, but like, we should all be about peace. The whole world should be like that. But I'm talking about the trans community as a whole here. Just the trans community right now. And sadly, though, jealousy is a major factor that always kicks in. Like, well, a lot of us will be happy for each other, but then a lot of trans will be like, oh, well, they'll start bashing the other trans because they're more passable. And to me, obviously, being passable is very important when it comes to being trans. I think I'm passable, but like, I don't think I'm super passable. But I get told by some people I'm completely passable, and others, like, obviously, I get clocked and I get double checked all the time. Not as much as I used to, but still it happens. And like, I used to think, like, let it get to me and be like, oh man, like, what am I gonna do? They're looking at me, they're double checking me, they're clocking me. It just used to eat me inside, like, oh my god, what are they saying? But now it's just like, I just blow it off. I walk right by them with confidence, my head held high, and just like, yep, I'm happy with who I am. I'm trans, I'm proud. You could stay all you want, you're just jealous because I'm a beautiful person and I'm finally being who I truly am. But like I was saying about the trans community, we should want to love each other as a whole and just want to see each other succeed. But sadly, the trans community, jealousy is such a big factor because everybody's so jealous of everybody being passable. we should all just want to help each other and just want each other to help each other try to be passive. If like one of us can give each other tips, then do it. Don't bash the other trans community. This is like I'm saying right now. I'm just addressing the trans community, more or less trans women, but trans guys as well. So it's ridiculous that we are always bashing each other and everything. So yeah, I was kind of rambling on about this. Sorry, I kind of forgot where I was going with it. But yeah, bottom line is we shouldn't be wanting to bash each other. We should not be wanting to criticize each other. We should just be wanting to help each other and not let jealousy become so much of a factor. Like, it's ridiculous. And then dating as a trans is is just as difficult, whether you are post-op, whether you are pre-op. It's going to be ridiculous. If you're post-op, obviously it's a little bit easier, but if you're pre-op, it's a whole different ballgame. Every trans woman has been there, and every trans guy has been there. Like, if a trans guy meets a girl, and she's okay with him being trans, but then he tells her that he is pre-op, and they're just like, oh, what do you mean? You still have that part down there? Then, like, I don't want to be dating a girl. It's like, you're not dating a girl, you're dating a trans man. And then same for trans women. Like, whether you're into guys or girls, you will always run into those people that are just like, you'll tell them, like, even if you're pre-op, you'll just be like, oh, hey, I'm pre-op trans. I'm like, oh, what do you mean? You're so deceiving, blah, blah, blah. You're deceiving. How can you do this to other people? How can you do this to guys and girls? It's ridiculous. It's like, we're not deceiving anybody. Not all of us, we can't just jump right into surgery. We have to do the hormones first. We can't just be like, oh, yep, let's just ditch out the money and just take the hormones. No, it doesn't work like that. We have to go through the hormone replacement therapy for so long before we could jump into surgery and everything. And then even when we're post-op, it's just like, people are just, guys and girls will just be like, you'll tell them that you're transgender. I'll be like, oh, what do you mean? And then you'll tell them, like, they'll be like, oh, what do you mean? You were born with that part down there? It's just like, yes, but yes, I was. They'll be like, oh, you were born a male. It's like, yes, I was born a male, but doesn't mean anything. I'm still as much a woman as anybody else you've been with. And they'll be like, oh, you're so deceiving. How could you do this? Blah, blah, blah. I can't believe I've been with somebody like this. I'm sure every transgender woman who is post-op has gotten that, and every pre-op transgender woman has gotten like what I talked about earlier, and same with trans guys, they've gotten it as well. It's beyond ridiculous, and there are so many sad facts. We have to go through a war to become who we truly are, and then once we become who we truly are, like, it takes so much to finally get the courage just to start being who you are. And then once you become who you are, it's just like, there are so many sacrifices you have to make. But this video, I'm not trying to say, like, all being trans is bad, and, like, it's not rewarding, because this is the most rewarding thing I've ever gone through. It has taught me so much in life. It strengthened me so much more than I already was, and I consider myself a pretty strong person before, and it's just made me even stronger. And it's just like, I have never been this happy. The sacrifices I've had to make are beyond worth it. The family I've lost, some of the friends I've lost, the friends I've gained, the people I've seen how they truly were, everything I've gone through, all the criticism, all the harassment, all the struggles and tribulations, all the agonizing nights of just the dysphoria, no matter what, everything I've gone through has been the most rewarding thing in my life. I could not be happier with the way my life has turned out. I could not be happier with the people I have in my life as a support system, and the friends and family I have. And I couldn't be happier with my hormones I'm on. I could not be happier with my life. And yeah, so I hope you all enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed making it. I've been wanting to make this video for a good while now. Just kind of been waiting to get around to it. Wanted to have some more stuff to talk about before I made it. Well, I hope you all enjoyed this. And yeah, I will see you all soon. Bye, everyone. Love you.